Hello, everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series. This hour, we're going to be doing something a little bit different than normal. Last Wednesday and this Wednesday, I've tried to give you some supplementary reading. So this time, we're going to pick an article that comes from a previous unit that I didn't get a chance to cover with you. So we're going to cover it today. From the Working with Employees unit, we're going to be reading a short but very interesting text, which is called Bosses Behaving Badly, talking about not employee but employer behavior and what we think about how bosses should behave. So you'll have plenty of chances to discuss and debate it in just a minute. All right, first a little bit about me. I'm Jon-Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means when you're not speaking, please turn off your microphone so we can keep the classroom quiet. When you are speaking, tune in to the new words and expressions. Use them actively in the class so that I can correct you and give you feedback. Finally, open up to your classmates. Be open, relaxed, and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And that is all you need to know about me. Let's find out something about you. Mr. Green Lantern, how are you, Paulo?
How are you, John?
You've still got your Green Lantern t-shirt, I see.
Do you hear me?
Yes? Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
You've still got your Green Lantern t-shirt.
Yeah, I like the Green Lantern.
The Green Lantern and his dog protecting us. And we've got Yabo back as well. Hello, Yabo. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm all right.
Mm-hmm.
Where are
I'm
you? I
from
can't
Taiwan.
remember.
I'm
From
Jabo.
Taiwan. Yeah. I remember now. Yes, you told me that before. Well,
Yeah.
listen up, kids. I've got an article for you, which you're going to see right here. There you go. And of course, let me just give you the link. The link is there where it says reading text. Ignore the other link because it's not correct. But I'll put it for you in the group chat as well, in case you don't have it in front of you. You can download that or open it up. We have several more people joining us, so they'll probably be here in a minute. So let's give them a minute or two to join, and we'll start off by having a little talk. Okay? So, as you know, this is the reading class where we're going to be talking about, here it says changing jobs, but it's actually what motivates a person to stay at their job, or what, I guess the word isn't motivate, but what is it that might attract them to another job? What is it about their current job that might be unattractive? One of those issues is addressed in this text, bosses behaving badly. So, there we go. We've got some other people joining us now. So before we even read, what do you think bosses behaving badly is going to be about? What kind of behavior do you think we're going to be seeing? What do you think? Let's start with Paulo. Let's try that again. Let's start with Paulo. Look at the headline, bosses behaving badly. What kind of behavior do you think we're going to be reading about in this article?
I don't know, John. Sorry.
Do you have a boss?
I don't have a boss.
You are lucky. Have you ever had a boss?
Yeah, I'm a boss.
You are a boss. Excellent.
Yeah,
Do you behave badly or do you behave well?
badly,
Badly, of course you
badly.
do.
Yeah.
How should a boss behave to his or her employees? What are some things you should do in your behavior to be a good boss? Paulo.
Oh, very high for me.
I don't believe it.
Very high, very, very difficult for me, this class story.
Well,
Do, do you understand me?
I understand you. You're doing perfectly okay. There's no problem.
Okay.
Read read the title of the article on the top. Not the green, but the black. Read the black title for me, Paulo.
Uh, the three part, not green, not black.
No, the black title.
Bosses behaving badly. That's
Exactly.
it?
Are you a boss or are you an employee, Paulo?
No, I'm not a boss.
Okay. How should you behave as a boss?
Let me see.
How should you behave? Behave means to act. How should you act as a boss, Paulo, in your opinion?
A boss must be kindly, very nice boss. Attention, have uh, have patience with your employees. Um, a boss have uh, must be leader.
Very good. So,
Um,
so you do know how a boss should behave. You know exactly. A boss should be kind, should be patient, and should be a leader. Three
yeah,
qualities.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. Yabo, do you have a boss? I'm sorry, it's
Yes,
Jabo.
yes. Java, yeah.
Jabo, do you have a
Of course,
boss in
I
Taiwan?
have boss. Yes,
Does
I
your
work
boss
at a call
behave
center.
does your boss behave badly or does your
No,
boss behave well?
no, they behave well and nice to his employees.
Very good, you're lucky.
Thank you.
Tell me some behaviors
Yeah.
that you would not want to see in a boss. Let's clarify what behaving badly actually means.
Yeah, the boss I don't like is he's very bossy and arrogant and made uh, his employees very nervous about her job and he always very critical about what their employees have done, yeah, for him. Mhm.
Very good. Critical. Let's say, instead of critical, Jabo, let's say judgmental.
Or judgmental, criticize.
Criticizing, yeah. But critical is not a bad thing. But
Mhm.
judgmental is a bad thing. So you could say two things here. Um, you could say judgmental or criticizing. I'll put that in the chat window for you. Take a
How
look.
about noisy? Noisy or busybody?
Being a
Is that,
busybody.
is, is that proper to describe someone is very
No,
criticizing? No?
noisy, no,
No.
because noisy just means to speak a lot and to speak loudly, or to do a lot of distracting things, making a lot of noise. But busybody, sure, it works.
Mhm.
Busybody, can you give me an example, or give us all an example of a busybody? What would a busybody do, Jabo?
Busybody, it means someone like to do something that not belong to him. He just need to participate other one's business, yeah.
Other people's.
Other people's business. Mhm.
Right. Instead of doing your job, you're trying to do everyone else's, and maybe you're not as good as they are. A busybody. Okay, it's a very good term. Uh, so let me see. Adi, are you working or are you still studying? I can't remember.
I work for myself.
Oh, right. That's right. You're at the something ideas
Yes.
architecture thing.
Yeah.
The what was it? Ideas?
Inner space idea.
Inner space ideas. So when you say you work for yourself, does that mean that Inner Space is your own company?
Yes.
Ah, okay, very good. Uh, so was it easy to create that company? Do you
No,
have do you have partners?
no, I don't have any part I created uh, by myself. But it is very hard because I'm a new starter.
Right. So um, did you have to? Do you have to have? You're in Indonesia, so to be an
Mhm.
architect, do you have to have a degree that allows you to be able to um,
Yeah.
create? Oh, of course, everyone has a degree, but I'm saying to do projects. Uh,
Yes.
can anyone do a project, or are only certain architects permitted by the government?
Certain. Yeah, certain architect by the Association of Architects Indonesia.
Right.
There is an association, the Architect Association for Indonesia. It's for international is uh, Association International Architect,
Right.
like kind of that. Yeah, we
Ah,
have to
okay.
license from that organization.
Okay. And so if you have a project, um, how do you get the project built? Do you have to work with a, do you have partners, or is
I'm
your client the one dealing with the actual construction? Do you work on the actual building itself?
I'm only doing the site visit because the constant usually with the contractor. I'm not the contractor.
Right.
I'm the planning. Yes.
Right. Okay. Ah, okay. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Um, And are you good with what do you use for your designs? Do you use AutoCAD? Do you use a variety of tools? Do you do it by
Yes,
hand?
variety of tools, but I prefer by hand too before I start to go to AutoCAD or Revit Architecture or bunch of stuff from Autodesk.
Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Well, sometime you should show us some of your work in one of these classes. Do you have a
Okay.
portfolio?
Yes.
So you should show it. You should do a little presentation on your work. It would be good for you
No, not
because you
right
could,
now.
yeah, but it would be good
I'm
because you can
wor-
do it in English and you can then use it as a sales pitch when you need to, when you're meeting someone, you say, hey, what do you do? I'm an architect. Actually, here's some of my work. You can do a little sales pitch. Be interesting. Um, okay,
okay.
and let's say hello to Alexei and Yuki who just joined us. Hello, gentlemen. How are
Hi
you?
again. Hi again.
I said Alexei. I didn't mean to say Alexei. It's Alexandro. Alessandro. I'm saying your name wrong. Alexandro, isn't it? From Italy, I think. Oh, maybe not. No, it's a different one. It's Alan. Oh, my fault. Alan Chung. Hello, Alan.
Yes, hello, teacher.
Hi. Because you have the same picture as another student. Because that's in London, right? That picture?
This is in Brighton, in
In
UK
Brighton.
also.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. You have the same picture as another student from Italy, so I thought you were him. I was calling you
Really?
Alessandro. Although I think his one is the one from London, not the one, not the different Ferris wheel. Um, Okay, let's get started with the reading. I think everyone who's going to be here is here. So the topic is in dealing with employees, and the article is bosses behaving badly. Paolo, you're going to take the first paragraph. Oh, actually, one thing before we read. I'm sorry. One thing before we read. If you go down to page 6, I've already got some exercises prepared for you, and one of them we should do before we read. Look at the text. Skim through the text. What do I mean when I say skim? Yuki, is skimming reading fast? Reading
Very
slow?
quickly.
Quickly, yeah.
Skim means very quickly reading for yourself.
So what would you actually read in those 6 paragraphs?
Here it's written about cause of a phenomenon of cause of bullying. After said that bullying is there are many kind of bullyings. So, it can range from only from only subtle behavior to verbal attacks. Sometimes it cause traumatic.
Sorry, did you already read it? The whole text?
Yes, I read it.
Oh no, but we didn't read it yet. We didn't read it
I'm
yet.
sorry.
I just meant to clarify what
Because
the
it's
word.
a short story. So
Yeah, it's short. It's very short. It's true. It's short because we want to study these texts to get as much language as we can. But what I meant was.
I only read the first page. Sorry.
So, but just a quick question: when you're skimming and you want to read quickly, what should you read? Because you're not going to read every word. So what should we read when we're skimming? Let's just clarify that.
I think I try to catch a very long words. I think I suppose that long words have a significant meaning that indicate point of this story.
Okay. So like nervousness and self-confidence.
Yes.
They stand out. Okay, very good. Okay, I agree with that. Let me get some responses from the rest of you. How do we skim? Yuki says, look at the longer words. I think it's not a bad idea because English tends to have short words. So if you see the longer one, it could be important. It could be something technical. It could be something expressive. Okay, it's not a bad idea. Any other ideas about skimming? First of all, if you don't know what skimming means, let's define it. Let's define skimming in case it's not clear. Let me ask.
I also think it's a good idea to pay attention to the first some sentences because in English
the first line, you mean?
First line, yes.
Yeah,
because in English text, most important thing is often often appears in the first lines.
Okay, that's a good idea. So between those two ideas, I think you've got a good technique, especially the first sentence in each paragraph, and maybe any other words that stand out that are different, perhaps longer than the rest. Okay, between those two ideas, I think it's a good way to go. Paolo, you're going to skim the rest of the text. In 1 minute, you're going to get the general idea. Are you ready to skim, Paolo?
Skim.
So what are you going to read out of these 6 paragraphs to skim them? Are you going to read every word? Or are you going to read just part of it?
I read every word.
No. Don't read every word. Skim means read only the main ideas. Take a look in the chat window, Paolo. The last
Yeah.
note. Read only the main ideas. So, as Yuki said, the first sentence of each paragraph is probably the main idea. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah? So, let's skim together the first time, because maybe some of you haven't done this yet. Let's skim together. So, Paulo, you read the first line of paragraph 1 for us very quickly. We're going to do that. And what we're going to do is take this first exercise. Read the text quickly, match these headings, titles, to the paragraphs. Subtle bullies, imperious bullies, why do people bully, what is bullying, outside help, aggressive bullies, tackling the bully. So these are all little titles that we're going to replace in the article. Okay, we're going to try it out. So let's go back to the first line, and we'll each take a line, starting with Paulo. Paragraph 1, line 1, Paulo. Read for us. Paragraph 1, line 1.
Fighting is always an abuse of power.
Excellent. Adi, paragraph 2, line 1.
It can range
No,
from
paragraph 2, line 1. Paragraph 2, line 1.
It can result. It can
Nope,
result.
paragraph, no. Paragraph
Okay.
2.
On the right, the bully may have been bullied himself, so it learns behavior.
So it is learned behavior.
Yes.
It is learned behavior.
It is learned behavior.
Fantastic. Okay. Jabo, paragraph 3, line 1.
Okay. These are typically outspoken and verbally abusive.
Okay. We don't know what these refer to. We don't really know. So let's read the last line of paragraph 3, 2. Okay? So last line of paragraph 3, Jabo.
Okay. In the meantime, the bully causes a lot of damage.
All right. So we don't know everything, but we have an idea of what it could mean. So for now, it's okay. And let's go to Alan, line 1, paragraph 4. Paragraph 4, line 1.
Okay. They show a total indifference to the list of people who work from them.
Okay. And we've got 2 more, so let's go paragraph 5, line 1. Yuki?
These bullies are much more of a challenge to deal with.
Okay. And we don't know what kind of bullies they are. So, is there a long word that jumps out at you? Is there a long word that tells you what kind of bullies?
It's not always works. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, what I see is superficially charming. I see that. I don't know. Gentle teasing. So maybe it's about dealing with the bullies. I don't know. Maybe.
Yes.
It's hard to say. Okay. And back to Paulo. I think we went through all of you. So back to Paulo for paragraph 6, line 1. Paulo.
Standing up to an aggressive bully may provoke a terrifying reaction.
I have no idea where you're reading. I don't know where you are. Paragraph 6 on the right. On the right side of the screen. See it? First line. Last paragraph, first line.
Show me, please.
I am showing you. It's on the screen.
Where?
On the right side. What do you see on the right side?
Yeah. A bully is basically a coward, that's it.
Are you on page 5 with us? We're on page 5.
Yeah.
I don't see where you're reading for some reason. Okay, let me show you where we are. I'll read this. Oh, wait. Why are you down there? Go to the top of the paragraph, the very top. the top. If you
Yeah.
are,
If you are brave enough, you can take the bully yourself. But this can be difficult when you are directly under the authority.
that's it. That's it. By the way, tackle the bully. Tackle.
Tackle.
That's it. Very good. Very good. Okay. Do we know enough to try to match the headings with the paragraphs? Do you think we know enough, or is it going to be confusing? Why don't we try, and I'll tell you how close you are. All right? Actually, I don't even know if I know the answers to these, to be honest with you. Do I know the answers? I don't. I don't even have the answers, but that's all right. I can figure it out. So, do we have enough information to match up the headings?
I think not enough.
Not enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we'll do this as we read. Okay. So let's go to the beginning and we'll start reading. Back to paragraph 1. Okay. So Paulo, we're back to you for the full paragraph 1 on page 3.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Bullying is always an abuse of power.
1 second. Bullying. Repeat.
Bullying.
Good.
Bullying is always an abuse of power. It can be from a superior towards a subordinate, or from an established to a new employee. It can range from aggressive verbal attack and the criticism talk to much more subtle, I don't know that word,
Subtle. Subtle.
subtle and reading behavior. It can result in nervousness, lack of self-confidence, and in some cases it can lead to serious stress-related illness in the
Illnesses.
illnesses,
Illnesses. That's right.
illnesses in the person they are picking on. Nervous breakdowns are a frequent consequence.
Good. Are there any words you don't know in that paragraph?
Sorry, please repeat.
Are there any words that are new in that paragraph?
Yeah. Uh, nervousness.
Nervousness.
Nervous.
Ansioso. Ansioso.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Anything else? Any other words not clear?
Yeah. Illness.
Doenças?
Illness.
Doenças? Is that clear? Em português seria doenças. Estou doente. I'm ill. But in this case, it's something probably psychological. Something psychological that becomes physical.
I understand. Thank you.
Okay, so Paulo, looking at that paragraph, let's take a quick look at the possible titles. Which title do you think would be the best if you had to choose one? We have subtle bullies, subtil, subtle, imperious, why do people bully? What is bullying? Outside help, aggressive bullies, tackling the bully.
Why do people bully?
Say again, I'm sorry, repeat.
Why do people bully?
Why do people bully? Okay, class, do we agree?
I think what is the bullying is better to be headline or first text.
Why do you prefer what is bullying? Why?
I think here is the main idea of this text is that mm, uh, that what to bring like so I think most important lines of this text brings can range from aggressive verbal attacks to much more subtle and hidden behavior. So subtle bullies is also option as a headline of this text.
Right. But the point is that we get a definition in this first paragraph. Bullying is defined for us as an abuse of power. So I think you're right. What is bullying is probably the best.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. We'll find out. Maybe there's even more than one choice. I don't have the answers. I'm just looking at it with you, and I think, yeah, this is more about defining what bullying really means. So let's hold on to that idea that it's an abuse of power. Well, Yuki, why don't you take the second one for us, please?
Okay. 2. The bully may have been bullied himself, so it is learned behavior. Bosses may bully because they are afraid that bright and talented subordinate will threaten their position. Bosses often exert power over their subordinates.
Subordinates.
The subordinates
Good.
exert power over their subordinates to show that they are the boss. New arrivals may be bullied because they do not belong to the tribe.
They do not belong to the tribe? What do they mean by that? The tribe? Like in the Amazon?
Sometimes new person, new staff don't want to.
Newbie.
A newbie, yes, newbie don't want to follow the custom of the custom, follow the direction of his boss and the custom of the group. So new arrivals might be bullied because he didn't follow the group's tradition, group's custom, group's rule. Yeah.
The group ethos, or the group
ethos.
You know that word? We talked about that a long time ago. The group behavior. So the ethos is the values of the group, or the group behavior, or the group would not fit into the group culture. These are all words that may come up. And the newbie might not even know what that behavior is because they're new. Okay. So
new arrivals might be a target.
There might be a target.
Yes.
Which of these headings do you think would be best?
I think why do people bully?
Okay. Okay. So it gives an example of people are bullied to show that the boss is the boss and you're not going to change anything. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
In other words, why newbie? Why newbie? Why newbie? Why do newbies are often bullied?
Often get bullied.
I often get bullied. Okay.
Okay. Could be. I mean, it makes sense. We'll see if it's the best answer when we get to the bottom, but makes sense. Okay, so let's go to Jabo for number 3.
Okay, number 3. These are typically outspoken and verbally abusive.
They like to perform in front of an audience and uh, den- denigrate and humiliate their
Wait, humiliate.
humiliate their targets. Aggressive bosses kill any creativity their employees may have by making them follow rules and procedures to the letter. When things go wrong, they can then say, "Why didn't you use your initiative?" Or do I have to do everything myself? Aggressive bullies usually come to an unpleasant end when their own bosses have to face up to the harm they are doing. In the meantime, the bully causes a lot of damage.
Follow procedures to the letter. Could you think of an example to illustrate following procedures to the letter? Is that
Mm,
because that's an expression you'll hear a lot, but what does it really mean? Can you give an example?
like every company has their own SOP.
Uh-huh.
They need to follow several kind of book, and there are some procedure in this book, and their employees must follow up the rules from the books.
Well, all employees have to follow the rules. So what's the difference between following the rules and following the rules to the letter? That's the key idea. Now, what does that mean to the letter? I'll give you a little hint. To the
Okay.
letter is punishment. It's a form of punishment. I don't know if that helps you understand.
Oh, law.
Class, can anyone give an example of following to the letter? Remember, this is a form of punishment. If you're not sure, I'll give you an example myself. Well, all I hear is crickets. Okay, let me give you an example. If I say, let me see, if the rule book is that you have to wear formal business clothes, and you come to work and you're wearing a jacket but not a tie, and I send you home from work and I say, don't come back until you get a tie, right? Well,
Oh,
yes, go ahead.
okay, yeah. You mean fire the person or oh,
No, not fire
no, no.
necessarily, but tell the person you cannot work and therefore you won't necessarily get paid until you go home and put on a tie because it says formal business attire, formal business dress.
That's
Now,
very interesting.
so formal business dress could be interpreted in many ways. So if I say, oh, it means you have to wear a tie, I'm following the rule to the letter. In other words, Jabo, am I being strict or am I being loose with the law, with the rule? Am I being strict or am I being
You are very strict. Yeah.
very strict? So following procedures to the letter means being so strict that you do exactly what it says and you do not deviate. So it's used as a way to punish people because there's always some flexibility. And if you don't give people flexibility, we say you're following things to the letter of the law. In other words, exactly how it's written. Um, okay, I think this one is really obvious. Which one,
Aggressive.
Yabo? Yeah, aggressive bullies. That's right.
Aggressive bullies. Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Um, let's go on to Adi for number 4.
Okay. They show a total indifferences to the needs of the people who work for them. They commonly unreasonable deadline overload their subordinates break. A boss might, for example, find something for his PA to deal with just before she leaves work to pick up her daughter from her childminder. They refuse to return calls or answer emails and like to keep their subordinates waiting. The message in all this is, I'm far too important or busy to deal with your calls.
Which heading would you choose?
Mhm, mhm. Mm, Subtle bullies. Can I say
Subtle?
that?
Why subtle?
Subtle.
Subtle means we might
Let
not
me see again.
notice something. Why do you think
Yeah.
subtle for
The,
this?
let's check it again. This mm, because they bully us, but uh, how do I put it?
Well,
Because they bully
look
us
look for a
not
clue in the text
directly.
itself. Is there something in the text which makes you think this is subtle? You might be right. You might be right, but is there a line in the text which makes you think that?
They show a lot of indifference to the needs of the people who work for them.
Well, let's come back to it, all right? Let's see if subtle is the best description for this one. Because I have a feeling there's a better description. I have a feeling. By the way, what's a PA, Audie? Do you know? PA.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Anyone know?
Personal assistant.
Personal assistant. So imagine, Audie, your personal assistant is going to go home to get her kids, and right before she's about to leave, you give her more work. Is that a good idea or not so good idea?
Oh, not a good idea.
Is it subtle?
No, it's very
No,
heavy.
it's like cycling.
Exactly. It's not subtle at all. So it
Yeah.
sounds like a dictator, doesn't it?
Yes.
So which one of these headings has to do with a dictator?
Um,
There is one.
Opposite of
Aggressive.
subtle.
Opposite of subtle, exactly. Want to take a
Outside.
guess?
Outside help. Subtle.
Nope.
Aggressive.
No.
We used aggressive. We used
Furious.
aggressive. Imperious.
Furious.
Imperious is right.
Imperious.
Because it has to do with like an empire or an emperor, a ruler who is the top and no one is above him or her. So imperious bullies, showing you that that person is the boss and they can do whatever they want. So not very subtle, actually, not very subtle. Um, let's go to Alan I think Alan, you didn't read yet, right? So let's go to Alan for number 5.
Okay. These bullies are much more of challenge to deal with. They often make out their bullying is just a bit of fun or gentle teasing. They may even claim that it is a way of expressing their affection or a kind of initiation into the group. It may include silly practical jokes or malicious damage to the rectum properties.
To the
They
victim's properties. Victims.
to the victim property.
Good.
They generally have a band of followers and are often superficially
Super
charming
superficially.
and reward the followers with support and friendship. Secretly, the followers are disgusted by the bully's behavior but become followers to avoid being a target themselves.
Excellent. Very good. So my question is, which heading would you choose, Alan?
Okay. I guess tackling the bully.
Guess again?
So is this wrong? Is this wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Subtle bullies.
Subtle is excellent, is right. Now, the reason it's subtle, well, it's not tackling the bully because it's not telling us in what way we can solve the problem. We're not tackling the problem. We're not trying to solve it, trying to aggressively find a solution. So why is it subtle, bullies? How are these bullies subtle, Alan? Can you think of one example in the text? Subtle means not obvious.
Okay.
So in what way are they not obvious?
Okay. They may even claim that it is a way of expressing their affection.
That's it. If someone is saying, I hurt you because I love you, then you know that that's not right. So they try to hide the bullying in other behavior. I don't know about you, but I recognize these behaviors in every boss I've had so far. So for me, this is very familiar. In fact, it's a little bit traumatic. Yuki, let's take. Did you read already? I can't remember. Did I have you read?
Yes, I have.
Oh, you did. So who did not read? Did we all read? Oh, I think we're back to you. I think we're back to you, Yuki. So
Okay.
number 6, please.
Number 6. If you are brave enough, you can tackle the bully yourself, but this can be difficult when you are directly under their authority. Standing up to an aggressive bully may provoke a terrifying reaction. The bully is basically a coward.
Coward, I would say. Coward.
Sorry. The bully is basically a coward, but he can still be an extremely nasty person. If you challenge it, impetuous bullies will automatically question your commitment. Subtle bullies will come up with a "who me" response, and may even act hurt and misunderstood. Their standard replies may include, "I was just having a little joke. You need to lighten up."
Lighten up.
You need to lighten up.
There you go. So my first question. Oh, and obviously, which one is that?
The title of this sentence is tackling the bully.
Tackling the bully. Dealing with the bully. Tackling the bully. Okay. So, what two broad types of bullying does the writer identify? Class. Overall.
Overall?
Yeah.
Not this sentence, yeah.
No, not this paragraph, just overall.
In this article, authors give some kind of bullies. It might be a verbal attacks. It might be a hidden bullies, and also bullies might be subtle. Yes. And there is so maybe that's all. Yeah.
So those are the two types. So subtle and obvious. Is that what? Is that sound right? Subtle and obvious bullies.
Yes.
Okay. Or maybe aggressive and passive aggressive. We might even say. Okay. All right. Sounds good. And in general, why do bosses bully their subordinates? Adi, what do you think? From what you've heard so far, what do you think is the main reason that bosses might bully? their subordinates, especially new ones. What would you say, Adi?
Because the boss thinks that uh, the new the new VB
Newbie,
is
the newbie.
newbie. The newbie um, is is a very new in this company, so they have to learn how to how to interact. Maybe I don't know in English
Yeah, how to fit in, which means
how to
interact.
fit in the
Yeah, that's it.
yes, how to fit in the company.
That's exactly right. So, how to change how their behavior will fit in with everyone else's behavior. Sometimes we say in English, mesh, to mesh with. It's another way to say the same thing. Interact, fit in, mesh with. In other words, that you don't stand out. And okay, so in the next little exercise, read the rest of the text. We've already done that. Make notes about the behavior of each bully. Well, you don't have to take notes, but just from what you remember. Jabo, what's something that an aggressive bully will do? Alan, tell me something that an imperious bully might do. And Yuki, tell me something a subtle bully might do. Okay, let's start with you, Jabo.
Okay. Uh, Aggressive bullying include uh, something. The words come from the both very outspoken and verbally abusive,
Mm.
and
Maybe abusive
yeah,
is more to the point.
and
Outspoken can be a good thing. Abusive is not. Yeah,
a little bit humiliated to let the employee to lose face
right. Okay,
or
so
punish or the boss is very strict to punish the employees. Yeah,
strict,
uh,
strict.
and follow the procedure to the letter. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So we'll say verbally abusive. There's another great word for punishment. Oh, punitive, punitive. So these are adjectives, you might say. Punishment becomes punitive.
Yes.
Abuse becomes abusive. Strict is already an adjective, to be strict. Okay, sounds good. Alan, can you think of 2 or 3 descriptive words for imperious, or if you can't think of a description, then an example?
Okay. So, uh, so a total indifference. Okay. Give unreasonable deadlines.
Okay.
Um,
So as an adjective, indifference would be, that's the noun. What's the adjective?
um, in
In,
indifferent.
indifferent. So an imperious bully is indifferent,
Um,
and will give unreasonable deadlines. So he is indifferent, and also,
and also
well, if he gives unreasonable deadlines, he or she is
um,
unreasonable.
unreasonable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unreasonable. Okay, so those are
Uh,
two. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
yes. And try to give some unreasonable instruction to the others.
Hmm. And
Um,
and
so,
what's the overall idea of the imperious bully? The overall behavior. So, because anyone can be indifferent, anyone can be unreasonable. What's the essential quality of the imperious bully?
show off the power.
What power? Say again.
Show their power.
Show off. Oh, got it. I understand. That they show off their power. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. maybe also we could say autocratic, meaning that they are the top of the food chain. They're autocrats, dictators, show off the power. Okay, good. And 3 descriptions for the subtle bully, Yuki. Can you think of, well, it doesn't have to be 3, but a couple of descriptions for the subtle bully?
Uh, um, um, Special feature of subtle bullies is that it is a way of expressing. It is just a bit of fun or a gentle teasing, but it varies from silly practical joke to malicious damage to a victim's property.
So we have descriptions like, obviously we could say subtle.
Subtle. So subtle. Why it is called subtle? Because it is a one. It is a kind of. It's the one way of expressing their affection. Or,
Well, I don't know if it's real affection. I mean, it's what
and it is not. Yes,
what
it
they're
is kind
saying.
of affection. And it is also just people are bullied because uh, uh, because because it is to keep harmony i- i- harmony in the group. So it's useful to 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 keep a good relationship among followers.
It's useful?
Mm,
Really? Why do you think it's useful?
the-
That would concern me if you thought it was useful to be aggressive with people.
Maybe useful is not so good expression.
I
So
hope not. I hope
I
not.
think it helps to so by bullying someone, followers have a common pleasure, and they are tied.
But no one wants to be bullied. So do you mean that the bully thinks it's useful, or do you mean that it really is useful? That's what I'm confused about.
It is not useful. It's
Of course, yeah.
just such a phenomenon has occurred because followers don't want to be next to target.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so everyone is playing along so that they
So
are not the next victim.
there is a very subtle balance between group members in the group by bullying someone.
Okay,
They
no
have a
one wants to
common
be the
interest.
target. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so some words we could use are subtle, and earlier I said passive aggressive. Any other descriptions we could think of besides subtle, passive aggressive? What do we call someone who...
It's a kind of passive aggressive action,
And
aggressive act.
what do we call someone who says one thing and does something else? And don't say a politician.
You mean the example of
No, I mean the word. What do we call a person who says one thing but the behavior is totally different?
capricious? No?
Jabo says hypocritical. Yeah, I have that too. I'm going to give you another one too.
Capricious people.
Capricious.
Capricious.
But capricious means that you don't have a reason for what you do. It's all very spontaneous and there's no real logic behind it. Capricious. It's all just sort of very subjective. But yeah, I was thinking, Jabo, of hypocritical, and also we could say two-faced. You know, maybe the person is deliberately putting a different face on. Like, oh, I'm just joking with you, but it's not joking at all. It's quite aggressive. So let me ask you, how do you deal let's just finish class with a little discussion, and then for homework, on the second page, you've got some vocabulary work to do, which I can correct for you after class. I'll send it to you, okay? But just to finish, I'm curious, how do you deal with a difficult boss? So, Alan, do you have a boss? I can't remember if you talked about it. Are you working for someone?
Yes, I have a boss.
Ah, okay. And what do you do?
Mm,
What's your profession?
I'm trying to be patient
No,
and
but what's your profession? What do you do for a living?
um, information technology.
You're in IT. Okay.
Yes.
You're in IT? Yuki's a
Mhm.
teacher, Adi's an architect. Jabo, what do you do?
I work at the call center. I'm
Oh,
a
the call center. Yeah, you said that.
representative. Yeah, frontline
Okay.
representative.
Got it, got it.
Mm.
So back to Alan, because I interrupted you, Alan. What do you do? What do you do with a difficult boss? How do you deal with a superior who's difficult? What do you do, Alan?
I will firstly I will try to improve myself to try to get the target and achieve the growth or the boss objective. But if
You try to be a better employee, is that it?
yes, but
Okay.
if it's didn't work, I might try to do something to balance it.
Such
Maybe
as?
such as I will try to have everything my boss informed it, so I don't make any decision and keep the ball back to him.
Ah, okay. So make the boss feel like he or she is really the one in control.
Yes.
By the way, when you make a suggestion here in the class, when we're talking about this situation, you can't use will because it's not a real situation. So you'd say, I would try
Okay.
to leave the decisions. I would try. I might do this. I would do this. I could do this. So always with the second conditional. Would, could, should, might.
Yes.
Right? So
So
I
I will
would try.
try
Uh-huh.
to I will try to make them to be the they controlling the power.
Right. So make them or leave the decisions to them and keep them informed, as you said. Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
And Jabo, what do you think is good advice for dealing with a difficult boss, a
Uh,
bully?
okay. First of all, I will be polite first, and I will try to make friends with my boss first, and I will try to invite him for dinner or go outside to
Really?
have beer.
Wow.
Yeah, and try to know his character
Hmm.
and let him to know more about me. Maybe he just have a bad temper only. Maybe I misunderstand his personality. So
Hmm.
I think it's a good way to just have a private talk with my boss. Mm.
So if I understand correctly,
Yeah,
Jabo, what you mean is your strategy is to get the boss to see you as a human being and not as a number, as just an object in the workplace. I
and
th
and 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 try to be friend with my boss. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
I don't know if I could do that. Yuki, what's the worst experience you've had with a bully boss? Have you ever
I,
had a bully boss?
I have a plenty of experience on this
Oh,
matter.
me too.
First of all, you have to give up the idea. The boss could understand what you are feeling. So, so
That's a good
after
point.
all, you have to flatter him into working as you want as you want,
Right.
and into agreeing with you. Always flattering is a very good way. Saying for example, you are good businessman. I never seen such a great person like you, and you are handsome guy. You are handsome person. You're beautiful, and your wife is beautiful. Such a kind. Always you can say. So situation will be changed. The boss will feel sympathy with to you, and his attitude might be changed. Might change.
So, so do you think that that is? I'm just curious. So, do you think it's kind of a hopeless situation? You wouldn't even try like Jabo's suggestion is to humanize yourself so that you can't be seen as an object. It's ultimately
No, don't humanize your
no,
nasty boss. No,
no, not
you
humanize your boss,
you
but
have to
humanize your.
recognize he's another person. He's living in another world. It's a
Ah,
start point for me. I think it's a good start point. It's very important. And after that, you have to think about how to cope with him. I
that's a
think,
good point.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
getting a strategy.
Yes.
I
There are different people in this world. There might be a person which is concretely different from you. So you first of all you have to recognize the the real situation with your boss.
Hmm.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
well,
It
class.
is from my experience. Yeah. So
I've had plenty of experience, and I can tell you that I don't have a solution. There's
I have
not.
worked in big company for many years, so I understand.
Well, the problem for me is that I haven't worked in big companies. I always work in these little companies, and there's nothing you can do. That's where I get
Yes,
frustrated.
it's a
There's
big
no
problem. If you work in the small company, your boss is always next to you. It's quite annoying, and you
breathing
can
down your neck, we say. Breathing
yeah,
down
yeah
your neck.
yes uh, breathing
Breathing down
down
your
your
neck.
neck. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so and you cannot expect you will be moved to another section, yeah? If
Yeah.
you are so it's very stressful situation.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. With a big company, you might be able to hide.
Yes, you might be moved to another branch office, yeah?
John, do you got a good pay in your company? Got a good pay? Do you have a good pay? Salary? I mean,
I
salary.
think the problem with teaching in general is that you do it because you like it, and your reward is your relationship with people. I don't know of any teaching jobs that pay well. I don't know of any in the world,
Okay.
except if you work for a major oil company in a terrible location, in a dangerous place, teaching English.
Where?
If you
Siberia,
think your
maybe,
pay is
no?
not good, you can leave and tell your boss you want to leave. You want to find a good pay job.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's it's
So
the
your
problem.
boss will treat you well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I think I think the problem, again, it's just a problem of the small business model versus the big business model. And the small business model, generally, you don't really work for the company. You're just a freelancer because they can't afford to hire you. Uh, but if you're a designer, if you work with Photoshop, if you work in some parts of the entertainment industry, and now if you're a teacher, and there's a bunch of different professions that are like that. Um, you're basically a freelancer and you're in that small business model where everything that's done is a individual project, right? It's part of something bigger. So schools are brand new every year. Uh, some projects are completely separate and they might hire the same people, but you don't have a guarantee. So in those situations, it's a little bit tough. And I don't know. I don't have a solution. So that's why I wanted to know what all of you would do so I could develop my own strategy. Well, listen, I guess we better stop. We're a bit over time. Try the homework I'll send it to you, or you can keep the link there. The homework you'll see on slide 7. You've got some extra vocabulary in the middle. You've got some phrases in the second exercise. At the bottom, you have a group discussion, but you can do that as a writing assignment. And then you can send me your answers. I'll correct them and send them back. In fact, I will probably send you the answers to exercises 1 and 2, so you can self-correct. But if you want to do the writing, send it to me. I'll correct it and send it back. All right? So, very interesting to hear your ideas. I hope that we've learned how to cope with bad bosses, and I'll try to do more of these reading classes as my business classes continue. Don't forget, my business classes are every day, Monday to Thursday at 10 GMT here on Verbally. Have a
Okay.
great day, everyone. See you
Thank you
soon.
for the
Thank you.
opportunity.
Bye, John. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
for
you very
now.
much. Bye.
Take care. See you.